Hey guys, welcome back. I know it is a little bit past 6 o'clock today, but we are live. I'm going to be making apple pie today. So bear with us while I wait for more people to join. Hi Rick. Hi Hippie Longshanks. Papa Dan. Hello. I am waiting for more people to show up, and then we'll get going on the live. And as you can see, I already have my apples here. Doing apple pie, homemade apple pie. I did also make and this honestly, guys, will be the first time that I make pie crust. So hopefully it turned out. I already have it in the refrigerator cooling. That way we can just prep everything, throw it in the oven, and then it'll, hopefully I can get something out before I end the live today. Hello, everybody. And as I mentioned, we're just waiting for a little bit more to show up, but we are making apple pie today. Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Hippie Longshanks. Hello, Rick. Papa Dan. Hello. Rhode Island Eats. Good to see you guys, or good to hear from you guys. We'll start in a couple of, or maybe a minute or so. We'll start, and I'll talk about it, guys. But I got my apples here, and I have it on very low, and I have already started. We're getting ready for the pie filling to get ready. Just curious, guys. Can you guys hear me pretty well, or Rhode Island Eats asked the question, what is best to carbon buildup? To remove carbon buildup? Carbon buildup, that's actually, I want to say electrolysis. Electrolysis is the best because a light tank will not necessarily get rid of the carbon buildup. So I do recommend that you guys try e-tanks. And if you guys have a piece that you guys really want to restore, maybe even giving Smithy Restoration a try. I think they charge $80 per skillet. They have information on their website, but you guys can try something like that. Let me just adjust the camera for you guys real quick. Hopefully we can get a good shot here. There we go. Sorry, guys. All right, guys, so let's begin. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. As I mentioned in the earlier, I am going to be making apple pie. So as you can see, I already have my apples here, and I probably should have not have done that, but as you can see, they're cooking down pretty well. And just so you guys know, I ended up using, what are these called? These green apples, Granny Smith. So I use Granny Smith apples for this. Also, I bought this a while ago, and I haven't really showed it to you guys, but I bought this because my children love apples a lot. So I bought this apple core and peeler. Just does everything so much quicker, guys, and you're not sitting there for hours trying to peel and core and get your apples done. This was about $40. I got it, I think it was $40. It might have been less. but I got it at William and Sonoma. I'm sure you can get a better deal on Amazon, but this here itself for me works great. Like I mentioned, you know, it does the apples so quickly that everything was just so fast. All right, guys. With the apples, I did do sugar. I think it was about 2/3 cups of sugar, which is a good amount, but this is an apple pie. So 2/3 cups of sugar. I also did half of a lemon, squeezed lemon in there, and then I also have lemon zest, as you can see here. So I'm also doing lemon zest. But I have it on very low right now, and the only thing that I got to do now, guys, is add some cornstarch, which I just recently went to go buy because I ran out of cornstarch, and I gave it to my sister. So um, you can buy any kind of cornstarch, but as I mentioned, I just got this one now. And the reason why you want to do cornstarch because when the first time that I made a apple pie, I did not add cornstarch, and sure enough, it was just my pie crust was super soggy at the bottom, and sure enough, that was one of the steps that I missed. So just so you guys know, I do recommend that you guys do cornstarch. So I'm going to do about a teaspoon of cornstarch. And that'll help with the thickening. So it'll thicken up, and as I mentioned, it'll prevent for your pie to get all soggy. And at this point, you don't want to stir too much, but just enough to get this incorporated. And then I'm going to cover this up and let it cool after that, and we'll get going with the pie crust. And as I mentioned, guys, I do have this on a low setting, and I do recommend that you cover after you get everything incorporated. Just leave it there for now, and then we're going to go for about 2-3 minutes and then shut off the power to the burner. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for showing up. For those of you that are here, I do appreciate you guys coming by. And one thing that I do want to talk about right now is, actually, give me a minute, guys. Sorry about that. Is going to be focusing more today on enameled cookware. And as you can see, obviously the stob is enameled. And recently I just got this Le Creuset 10 and a quarter inch skillet. And here, let me just grab this. Here you guys go. This is a Le Creuset Ocean enameled skillet. And I have it here warming up with some butter because I'm going to do also a chicken pot pie. But got this also at, since I was at William and Sonoma, I was looking for another enameled cast iron skillet, which here, which is a 12-inch. And then I also have this now. I wanted something smaller, so this is a 10 and a quarter inch cast iron enameled pan. So I did go the extremely lazy route with the veggies for my chicken pot pie, and I just grabbed frozen veggies. All I'm going to do is just throw them in there. And I did thaw out my veggies just a little bit. That way they're not completely frozen. I also want to say sorry, you guys, that I did not have enough time to do a live last week. It was a very busy week last week. We had a lot of things going on, and as I mentioned, just a lot of stuff going on. But here we are now, and hopefully you guys are okay. Everybody's doing great. And as I mentioned, we're doing pot pie and apple pie. All right. So I think this is looking pretty good. So everything has thickened up. Now somewhat of a caramelized state. So I added the sugar along with some cinnamon and cinnamon to taste, guys. What else did we do? Sugar, oh, the lemon and the lemon zest, which is going to go in right now. So today's topic, as I mentioned, is the Lodge cast iron pie pan, which I bought, I want to say a couple of months ago, but I haven't really used it. I've used it once to make a cake, but never really featured it on the channel. So let me grab that real quick. And here it is, guys. So this is the Lodge pie pan. You can find this on their bakeware section. Um, bakeware 9-inch pie pan. So we're going to give this a go, and hopefully everything turns out great. So I'm hopeful that my apple pie will work. And just so you guys know, I am not a professional baker, nor am I a professional chef. But as I mentioned, this is going to be the first time. So I'm hopeful that it will turn out, and I'm hopeful that it works. So I'm crossing my fingers that this whole process works for me. As I mentioned, I'm not a professional, but I do love cooking. And I also love hanging out here with you guys, chatting about cast iron. Oh, I do want to mention, I actually knew, guys, about the Finex Dutch ovens. Back when I visited Finex, they did mention to me that they were working on the Dutch ovens, and with the Dutch ovens, they told me that they were making a larger one and a smaller one to go with the with what they have now in line with their skillets. Now they were gonna show me the Dutch ovens. They had some there, but they didn't have any that were available, for me to see. But they were planning on showing me some of their Dutch ovens, and they are a little pricey, guys. We'll say I know that the larger 7-quart Dutch oven from Finex is, I think, $400, and the smaller, I think, that fits technically the 8-inch is, I think, 300. So they're pretty cool. I do like them a lot. They are owned by Lodge, and I want to say that Finex has to be my favorite cast iron cookware, modern cast iron cookware. And I have Butter Pat, I have Stargazer, Smithy, Lodge. Lodge will always be one of the fan favorites, including me as well. But for me, like something that I love cooking with has always been Finex, more than anything else. And I usually catch myself reaching for the Finex more than anything else. But with all that said, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying your evening tonight. Let's catch up on the, let's see, on the chat. Let's see, what are you guys talking about? Let me move you guys real quick, just so you guys can see. This is the Le Creuset, and here, as you can see, I'm doing a chicken pot pie. And then with the cornstarch, as you can see, everything has thickened up, so that prevents your pie from getting soggy, and your crust from pretty much getting soggy as well. So excited for that. But anyway, guys, let's see what you guys are talking about. Let's see. Papa Dan, or actually, let's see, where did I leave off? Let's see. Oh yeah, Smithy Restoration, guys, is $75, I think, starting. $75. So if you guys are interested in restoration, you can send them your cast iron skillet, whether it be rusty or crusty with a lot of carbon buildup. Just send it to them. They will do it for $75 starting. I think a standard size skillet, which would be a 10 1/4 inch or a number 8. Anything bigger than, I think, a number 12 is going to run a little bit more money than their standard $75. But I did use their service, and I was pleasantly surprised of how well it turned out. So not that I'm associated or affiliated with Smithy, but I do like that they offer that. And technically, they're the only ones offering that at the moment. So that's something that I do like a lot, especially for those of you that possibly don't know much about restoration, and you guys don't have enough time. That's a great way to get some of your stuff that you guys find restored. All right, guys, I think I'm going to be moving over to the pie crust. I don't want to have you guys being bored just watching these pans, but yeah, we're going to move over to make the pie crusts. And I want to know, have you guys tried making pie crusts? I heard a lot of people don't like doing that, but anyway, guys, let's see. Honey Badger says, my 15-year-old daughter has gotten me hooked on Harry Potter over summer break. Like Crusade has an amazing Oh yeah, I did hear about that. They do have a great Harry Potter collection. They also offer, I think, a lot of sports inspired pieces as well. Let's see. Honey Papa Dan says the reason I already read that. Oh, wildfire has been under control now, so no smoke, which was actually pretty bad last week. But thankfully, I think it's a little bit more under control this week. So not much going on here in my town. Honey Badger says, I like my Lodge pie pan, but I started to cut the top crust off where the wavy part is because it usually burns. I'm not one for foil on the crust. Okay, well that's a nice tip. I'll make sure I try my best not to burn my pie crust tonight. Adding a little bit of salt. A little bit of black pepper. My brother got me this pepper grinder, which I thought was pretty cool. Um, don't know much about it, but I thought it was pretty cool. It's made out of wood, so I use it a lot. All right, guys, this is actually going to be my dinner, so I know that I did say apple pie, but I do have to get this ready. Your teacher, she had some apple pie? Apple soup? Oh, apple sauce. Okay, I've never heard of that, but she gave you apple soup. Oh, okay. All right. All right. I'm gonna let that simmer. Thicken up a bit. Quick question, guys. Do you add the flour before the chicken or after the chicken for a pot pie? Uh, all right, let's see. What are you guys saying? Cynthia Wesley says, Papa was a channel and some pot or Skillet was talking about our ages come out. Pizza crust. Hippie Longshanks. I learned my cast iron pizza from Jen Can Cook. Oh, I like. She has a lot of cool stuff. I actually made my own pizza crust. Jidney. Yeah, so this is actually the first time, and they say it's very simple. Just a lot of cold butter, cold water, and about I think it was a cup and a quarter of flour. So 1 cup and a quarter of flour, and then you pretty much. I did it by hand. I've seen a lot of people do it with. I've seen a lot of people do it with food processors, but I've done it with by hand. And here I'll show you guys what I made. So after I made it, put it in the refrigerator, and just pretty much made it into a ball. Now all I got to do is just roll it out, and hopefully we can get my pies, my chicken pot pie and my apple pie baked before the end of the live, guys. And then I know it's been a little bit slow. We'll be talking more about cast iron in a minute. But I do appreciate everybody that is here watching me cook my dinner and dessert, I guess. The only thing I was missing is that I forgot to buy some ice cream for my apple pie, but I hope that it turns out great. All right. Let me stir this around for a bit. I'm going to add, I think, the flour now at this point. Cynthia says, what do I know about gumbo? I saw Ricky was challenging you last evening. Oh, gumbo? I've actually never done gumbo, guys. And I've been wanting to actually do, what was it called? I want to make, what's the other really popular dish from Louisiana? Or what was it? Jambalaya. Now, if you guys follow some other cast iron channels here, um, one of the guys that I like a lot is Big Blue Barbecue. He has a lot of cool videos out there, and he does awesome jambalaya, pretty much tutorials on how to make it. He's done jambalaya for events and things of that nature, and he does huge cast iron pots, and it's awesome because I see him and it gives me inspiration to do something similar. So I haven't tried doing jambalaya at the moment, but hopefully I can get that done one day. And I do even have actually a oval, I guess you could say, like deep fryer some sort that is specifically for jambalaya. But as I mentioned, I haven't done that, nor have I done anything southern from like Louisiana. Not really measuring anything, guys, just kind of eyeballing everything. That's I usually measure everything out and go by, my recipes to the T, but not today. Kind of on a time crunch with everything that's going on. And as I mentioned, I want to get my pie going, but I just had to get this done before anything else. I want to get that roux going for this chicken pot pie. Honey Badger says, I usually add my liquids first, meat, then thicker, just made pot pie in the wildlife series. Oh, yeah, I love the wildlife series. Yeah, you know what? I've done pot pie before, but I don't know. I'm having a brain fart, guys. It's my wife is sick. I feel like everybody's been getting sick lately, but my wife, I don't know what she has. We're just hoping that it's not flu or anything like that. But my wife is sick, along with my 9-year-old. He's sick as well. There we go. And so it's kind of been a little bit hard. And as I mentioned, I've been trying to not get sick. Don't want to get sick right now. All right, so we're starting to thicken up, guys. Now, I also cooked my own chicken. I did not store buy this. And it's easier, honestly, if you just buy rotisserie chicken and do it in that manner. But I had chicken breasts, so I just seasoned my chicken breasts and then pretty much um, did everything else. So I'm going to add about a couple handfuls of chicken and mix that in. Looks like I might need a little bit more. Looks a little bit drier than what I've usually made it. But again, as I mentioned, guys, not a professional cook. I would love to take some cooking classes. I don't think there's anything with learning proper food techniques and things of that nature. And the things that I have learned are, from just learning how to cook. Those are the techniques that I've learned. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So I think there's no shame on being a home cook. I think as long as you enjoy doing what you do, then I think that's how things work out sometimes. All right. And here, as you can see, here's my pot pie filling. I am missing my potatoes, but I will throw those in a little bit. All right, so now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna leave that alone, and we're gonna head over to make the pie crust. And as I mentioned, this is the dough that I made. So hopefully it turns out, guys. Wish me luck. All right, moving over here to my um, kitchen table or dining table. All right, let me set you guys up over here. All right, guys. So as I mentioned, hopefully this turns out. We'll see how it does. If not, I'm going to be very disappointed in myself. But here you can see the pie crust. Yeah, that's what I should have done. I already messed up, guys. Should have added some flour. Definitely need a little bit of flour. All right. And again, sorry for that, guys. Also, they do recommend that you add some flour to the roller pin. And as I mentioned, guys, not a professional, so hopefully I'm not doing this too badly. But maybe we can learn from my mistakes if I'm causing any or having any at the moment. Also, I have heard that in order for you to get a good pie crust, you need to have it overlap with the, so this is 9 inches here. So they said about 2 inches of overlap, or an inch and a half at least, to get a good proper pie crust to seal on the edges. This guy, this roller is a French roller, I think, from what I've learned. And I bought it because it was really easy to use, and it works great. I don't know if you guys have tried these French rollers, but they work great. Yeah, see, I'm having issues over here, guys. That's why a lot of people don't do live videos, because it is hard to get things right, especially if you haven't practiced. And honestly, I didn't practice, so possibly my fault for not practicing. But this is real world, and you guys can see that I am having a little bit of difficulty here with my pie crust. But hopefully, with this one, I'm thinking about doing it as a top crust. I know this is going to be a little bit random, guys, but did anybody stay out to watch Jupiter on Monday, or to see Jupiter in the night sky? I took my kids out, and they loved it. Even though it was a little late, I think we had them out until like 10 o'clock at night, but they had a blast. They didn't really know what they were looking at. I didn't have a telescope, but we took them away from the city for a bit, and I think they enjoyed it. Sorry, guys, being a little quiet because I'm concentrated in this, but anyway, I do think that that's good enough for me, possibly for a top crust. So we're going to move this one along, place it over here. All right, moving on to my second one. I caught a little bit of Cast Iron Chaos, his live stream yesterday, guys. I don't know if you guys were on his live stream watching it, but I do enjoy watching Cast Iron Chaos, and honestly, that's one of the reasons why I've decided to do a live show as well, because it is fun. It's nice to hang out here with you guys, and chat about cast iron and cooking, for that matter as well. Some of it is starting to get stuck, so I'll need to add a little bit more flour. And yes, I think this is why people don't like making pie crust, because it is a little messy. This is a lot harder than what I was expecting, guys, to be honest. But, well, here we are. We're doing the live, and hopefully I can get this done. Not as round as I wish it would be, but, well, I think we're getting somewhere. Hopefully this will work. I'll be honest, guys, I'm a little disappointed on this. I feel like it's not turning out as much as I would like it to turn out. All right. Getting there, getting close. Add a little bit of more flour. It's trying to stick a little bit. All right, guys, let's see. We're going to present it and see how it works. So, as you guys can see here, we have the 9-inch pie pan from Lodge. And I'm hopeful this is going to work, guys. Not sure. So, keep your fingers crossed and hopefully this works. Because to me, it's not where I want it to be. All right. Yeah, and as I mentioned, not as well as I would like it to be. I feel like I could have been better. Feel like I failed you guys. But, well, hopefully this turns out somehow and it works. As you can see, there's a little bit of cracks here and there, but, well, I think, honestly, guys, usually I think I've made it before, but I usually buy the pre-made stuff or I make it, but I think I made I'm sorry, the turnovers. I made small turnovers but it was a lot easier. I hadn't done something like this before, so yeah, it's not perfect, but well, at this point, as I mentioned, hopefully, I'm hoping for the best, and I hope that this works out. All right, now I think it's time for the filling. We're gonna go and hopefully get the filling to work. All right, just so you guys can see, this is what it looks like. Not the prettiest thing in the world, but well, I think it'll do. So as I mentioned, let me just grab the pie filling, and then we're gonna get going. Can you guys be quiet? Go upstairs. All right, guys, pie filling. And honestly, I probably should have used more apples. I think I did about 6 apples, but I'm sorry, not 6, 3 apples. But I think my son might have eaten some, so it looks like we needed more apples. That sucks, but I did step away for a minute, and I think he ate some of my apples. All right, before I get going, I want to read some of your guys' comments. I feel like I'm not keeping up with the chat. All right, let's see. Mad Mullet, hello. James Griffiths, hello. AAA Sports, hello. Cynthia, Jeanette, Papa Dan, again. Jan Stewart, Sam Cook. Thank you, Sam Cook. He says, Lewis, you're doing great. Cynthia Wesley, slow down, Luis. You're making yourself nervous. Yes, I am actually. I don't know why. I had a rough day today for some reason, but anyway, yeah, I feel like I'm showing it here as well. Lewis, I have it. Walnuts. Lewis, I have one. It's from Walnut. I love it. Papa Dan says, I don't know about y'all, but I usually wear my barbecue apron when I'm baking because of the flour in the air. Yeah, I was actually thinking of using my apron, guys, but and I want to show you guys actually my apron real quick. If you guys are okay with that, but I actually just got an apron from Meat Church. I don't know if you guys know Meat Church. But Meat Church, guys, is a company that sells a bunch of barbecue seasoning. And as you can see here, Meat Church Barbecue. The apron is actually really nice quality material, which I love. And I do also like that they did somewhat of a, so you guys can take a look at it here. Dia de los Muertos stamp on it, which was actually really nice, and I like that a lot. And it's actually also a name brand, Headley and Bennett. Um, I don't know if you guys know about Headley and Bennett, but they have awesome aprons. They do go for a good amount of money. They are expensive, but I can see why. It has awesome little pockets here. Let's see if you guys can see it. And it has room for pencils, a notepad as well. So it has also little pockets in here as well. So pretty cool, and it's very adjustable, very comfortable. I actually already used it, so I like it a lot. And this little piece here that I'm showing you guys as well, this one is pretty awesome. I like this piece a lot. But anyway, yeah, I was thinking about using my apron just because it is messy, but I guess I figured I could roll like that. All right, let's see. Where did I leave off? Let's see. Papa Dan says, Lewis, just remember that we watch Cast Iron Chaos, so we love watching live shows, and their hiccups remind me of my cooking. Yeah, and that's sometimes I'm very used to the I guess you could say the just making the videos, so editing everything, and you guys don't get to see the bloopers. You guys don't get to see the little mess ups here and there, I guess you could say. But nothing ever comes out perfect, especially I'm trying this recipe or doing this that I've only done like two or three times, and I'm doing everything from scratch. So yeah, it's a little hard, but I do appreciate you guys sticking around and watching this. Jan Stewart says the mess up part is the fun part. Thank you guys. All right, let's see. James. Oh yeah, Mad Mullet. Hello. Let's see. Where did we leave off? I don't know about y'all, but I usually. Oh yeah, that's where I left off. It's homemade, Lewis. Pie crust always looks better when it comes out of the oven. Yeah, that's true. So hopefully, it's right now to me it doesn't look great, but hopefully afterwards I think it will look better. James, thank you. He says, you totally nailed the pie crust. Nothing to apologize for. I have that tendency. I don't know why. I usually apologize for a lot of things. But anyway, guys, Papa Dan says you did fine. Pie crust looks good. All right. All right, guys. Kiddos are here and they're excited for the pie crust. Or I'm sorry, the apple pie. Yeah, so next time, yes, for sure. Next time, Jan Stewart says, next time the filling will be right and the crust will look better. Yes, I'm hopeful. And that's the thing, guys. When things like this happen, um, am I a little bit upset? Yes, but I know that I'll have another chance to do it again, so it's not the end. And like I mentioned, this is kind of a trial run. So you guys are seeing my trial run before I do something because I want to do something like this for the family, and obviously before I take it over there. Obviously, I'm gonna try it here and try it for myself and see if it turns out. But anyway, with all that talking, let's get finishing with this so that way we can see the final result. So, right now I'm good, buddy. Thank you, though. Hmm. A little bit of what? Sure. I got my son here that he loves to cook. I don't think you guys can see him, but he loves helping me out, especially when we're doing baking. He is one of the ones that loves to sit here and somewhat bake with me. So I do like that one of them is interested. My other ones, not so much. They like to eat, that for sure. My wife, she's a great cook, and she always cooks for me. And I also get some of my recipe inspirations from her cooking, which I technically have taken over. So all the recipes that Mexican recipes that I cook for you guys have been inspirations from my wife and her cooking. She used to do a lot of cooking for us, but she's busy, very busy. Especially she manages her own business, so um, she doesn't have much time. And I feel like since I have the time and I picked this up, I said, why not? Why not learn how to make the recipes that she used to make for us? So, so that way my kids also get to try the food that she would make. And she still cooks, um, rarer, but she still cooks. Not as frequent as before, but anyway, that's, I guess you could say, a little bit about my family and what we do and why I cook as well. All right. So there we are, guys. Not the prettiest pie cake or pie crust, but I think it's something for the meantime. I think hopefully it works. But trial and error, so I will learn how to make things a little bit better next time. Now all I gotta do is cut some slits into it, and we're gonna throw it in the oven. All right. Now, I would also like to do like a lattice, where you just crisscross the dough and all that. But I feel like if I'm having a hard time with this first, we're going to take steps and do this first, and then we'll move on to something else. But now I think the last thing that I got to do is do an egg wash, and that should be ready to go in the oven at, I think 350 is what I read on the recipe. All right. And I think that'll do it. Now I also got to do my chicken pot pie, so got to get ready for that one as well. Let's move over for the chicken pot pie. Another pie crust here. I actually forgot to preheat the oven, guys, so I'll show you guys when I throw the pie in. And if I run out of time, guys, and I don't have enough time to show you guys the end product, I will post a photo here on the channel, and that way you guys can see what it turns out like, what it looks like. But hopefully we'll have enough time. All right. Oh man, this pie crust is a little bit harder than, I think I should have brought it up to room temperature. We're gonna wait. I think that's what my mistake was. All right, well, let's talk about cast iron. So let me wash my hands real quick while we let that come up to temperature. So anyway, guys, as I mentioned, this is the Le Creuset pan that I did purchase. And they are expensive, but I do like them a lot. And you can get these on Amazon or William and Sonoma or directly from them. But I don't know if you guys have tried enameled cookware. Enameled cookware I like a lot. And I also heard that I did a review on vermicular. I think that's what it's called, vermicular. It's a Japanese cast iron enameled cookware that has a wooden handle. And I did see that they mentioned that they're going to bring out a oven safe skillet. So I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So, all right, guys, this is a vermicular. Let me get situated here. All right, so vermicular cast iron. This is cast iron, but it's super, super thin. And it is enameled, so you don't need any seasoning. You don't need anything to anything of that nature, but it does come with a wooden handle. So I don't know if you guys can see, but the wooden handle is already starting to kind of deteriorate just a little bit. I've been, oiling it up and things like that. But one thing that I did say in my initial review, guys, is that it was super thin and I was scared of damaging it. But I have actually liked it a lot. I fell in love with it, and I don't showcase this a lot on the channel, but I do use it almost, if not daily, but I do use it more than 2 or 3 times a month. So I want to say that most likely at least once a week. But this heats up really quickly. The handle obviously doesn't get hot, so that's nice. But it heats up really quickly. So if I want to reheat any kind of liquid food, I usually do it in this. Or if I want to, I've actually fried in this as well. And just the fact that it heats up so quickly, and it just you can boil things in this. So this one is their deeper one. This is their deep skillet, and for me, it has been wonderful. So how many months has it been? I think 8 months since I bought this. So I guess you could say this is a 8 month review. But yes, it's very thin. Like you guys can hear it. Very thin. Like the walls are just super, super thin. I mean, like super thin. Um, Papa Dan says, Lewis, where did you get the Japanese cast iron? So this one is actually it's a website. So you buy it off of their website, Vermicular. I know it's a very strange word, but it is handmade in Japan. I did a little bit of research and just, because I thought, hey, what if, not that I have anything against Chinese cast iron, but I didn't want, if I wanted something like this, which this typically, Asian skillets have the wooden handles and just the fact that it's enameled for me was, something that I was interested in because it's different than what I usually buy. So, uh, I went on their website. Sure enough, I saw it, and it's not crazy expensive. It is similar. Oh my goodness, similarly. Geez, I usually can talk really well, guys. But anyway, same price as Le Creuset. That's what I'm trying to say. Same price as Le Creuset. So, for something similar like this, we're looking in the 150s, I think 140s. Is it a little bit expensive? Yeah, it is. But they also come with lids. If you want, you can add a lid for these, and they come in different sizes. They have I think so this one I think is a 9 inch. They have a 10 inch and a 11 inch, and they all have lids. And the 10 inch is a shallow, and the 11 inch is also a shallow. This 9 inch is the deep one, but anyway, so I do know that they are coming out with a oven safe one, so it's going to be just like this, enameled as well, but instead of the wooden handle, it's going to have the cast iron handle, and it is made out of cast iron, as I mentioned, and as you can see, they add this. I've seen it in their promotional videos where they grind this down to get it smooth, and they add this. You can see these little dimples, and at first I couldn't figure out why. But it turns out that obviously, since it's super, super thin, guys, this is lightweight cast iron. Um, it prevents it from warping. And as I mentioned, with it heating up so quickly, it's amazing. This thing works so well. So it's enameled. It's made in Japan. The wooden handle is, good quality. I mean, yes. I think who was it saying? Honey Badger says use butcher block oil on that wooden handle, but not much, and not every time you use it. Occasionally, I should say. Yeah, and actually, that's what I do use. Actually, I use oil for the butcher block, and it helps it out a lot because it was starting to get a lot more dull and more beat up. But as I mentioned, this I just wanted to show you guys. Yes, I actually use it a lot. I do use this. I don't feature it much on the channel, but Vermicular, it's a great brand. You can boil water in this. You can cook acidic foods. I've made tomato sauces in this, and it does a great job. If you want to fry an egg and you're kind of short on time, this heats up super quick, and it'll fry an egg like no other. So these things are amazing, and just the fact that it's so lightweight. I mean, you can, heck, I think I can even like lift it with just these two. So it's super lightweight. I think we weighed it, and it weighed about 2.5 pounds. So this thing is amazing, and I'm just excited. And I will most likely do a review with the one with the full metal handle that's oven safe. So I'm excited for that, and I'll most likely buy that. I mean, do I need it? Of course not. But you know, um, enameled, lightweight. You can't find it everywhere, so I do like that a lot. That it is a little bit more different than your typical Le Creuset or Staub or any other brand that is enameled and that's cast iron. All right, with that said, I think the wear on the wooden handle is going to personalize it and actually improve the look of the pan. Beautiful pan. Thank you, James. Rick says, I've got a small Korean 6 or 7 inch Korean skillet and a small pot Korean. Love them. Yeah, and you know what, guys? I have actually seen some awesome Korean cast iron that also has mill marks, and it looks great. And a lot of people sell those for dirt cheap. But Korean made cast iron is actually really great. Cynthia Wesley says she loves her number 8 Korean skillet, and I love my Taiwan sauce pot. Actually, I had some Dutch ovens that were made in Taiwan, but I ended up selling those, I think. So I did restore them and sold them locally here in my town, and so that person was very happy. So, and they were actually really nice. So Let's see. Papa Dan says, where did you get? Oh, yeah, that's right. So yeah, Papa Dan, you can buy this on their website, as I mentioned. They have great stuff, and they're not as expensive as you would think. Like, let's just say some of the U.S. stuff is pretty expensive. Like I mentioned, Butter Pat, Smithy, Finex. Some of their stuff is. We'll be honest, it's pretty expensive. Okay, so you guys have time. All right. Honey Badger says, I got tons of time. I'm seasoning, killing time. Thank you. All right, guys. So I think my oven just beeped. So anyway, as I mentioned, this thing is awesome. The only downside is that yes, I'm always worried that I might crack it or bang it against something. But other than that, this thing it works great, and I'm looking forward to doing a review on their fully metal oven safe skillet. All right, guys. So let's move on to the kitchen. Now, all right, here we go. So first one's in, as you can see there. I do have some stuff. That's what I use for my baking, not necessarily baking, but like my pizza pan, and that's actually a Lodge, just a serving plate, but I have it in there because I use it for dino nuggets for my kids when I don't have enough time to cook. Here's my chicken pot pie filling. We're gonna get ready to get that going as well. But I'm gonna set a timer here, guys. That way I know when this is gonna be ready. So I think I'm gonna set a timer for 35 minutes for now and then check on it in a bit. All right, guys, so let's move back here and see if this is ready. All right, guys. Yep, and after letting it come to room temperature, it's working out a lot better than the initial one. So I want to say that the reason why the first one, the first pie crust started to crack is because they weren't up to room temperature. So that is nice to know. And I got this recipe, guys. I like watching this person a lot on YouTube. His name is or his channel is Preppy Kitchen. Um, he has a lot of cool recipes. He has a lot of good recipes, and I've actually done a lot of his. He has more baking than he does cooking wise, but a lot of his baking is great, guys. I don't know if you guys have seen him, Preppy Kitchen. He's also a YouTuber here, and he has great stuff. So, um, that's where I get some of these recipes, and I got that recipe for this pie crust from him. As you can see, this one's turning out so much better than the other one, and I do want to say it was because I let this one come to room temperature versus the other one where I just started going at it where I should have let it go at room temp for a bit. Could I have bought a pie crust at the store to save some time? Yes, yes, I could have. And this meal is actually something that you can actually, a chicken pot pie, you can make super quickly during the week. But I'm, being me, I wanted to try making it my own during the live. So here we are, me struggling making the chicken pot pie and the apple pie, but I'm hopeful that it will turn out. What do you think, Joel?
It's good.
Looks good?
Yeah, it's it looks like pizza.
It looks like pizza? Oh man, you and pizza.
And
You're definitely just like your mom.
yeah.
Loves pizza.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, you got that from your mom.
Yeah. We make fries. Do you remember the fries, Dad?
Fries? Oh yeah.
Do you remember the fries we were making last night?
Yes, we did. We actually made some home fries. They went pretty quickly, guys, and
We made one for Mom.
yeah, I made it for you and for mom and everybody. Yeah, as you can see, guys, this one, huge difference. There is no cracking, and it's starting to, even out a lot better. So yes, I'm gonna take out the other one. Might as well.
Want to do it then?
Hold on.
Then when you're doing, I want to have the dad to do it. Just so hard. Oh, it's cracked right there.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a crack right there. You're making crack.
So yeah, guys, see, a lot happier with this one than I was with my initial one for the pie. This one's turning out a lot better.
A lot better. Okay, so that one, the pie, the apple pie. Daddy,
Yeah.
can I see the apple pie?
It's in the oven. Go look at it.
Oh, there's no light.
Oh, okay. Now I'll turn on the light.
And I wonder.
So I think that's good enough. That's round enough. We're gonna go for the other one in a minute. All right. Don't touch, please. So yes, as you guys can see, this one turned out a lot better. Pie crust turns a lot better, or turned out a lot better, I want to say, than my initial one. So I definitely do have to let this come up to temp. I should have done that. But anyway, it is what it is at that point, at this point. Hopefully the apple pie turns out decent enough to be somewhat good looking. A good looking apple pie crust. Excuse me. All right, guys. So I do want to mention that I will be doing the giveaway soon. So if you guys haven't heard about the giveaway, I do have a Lodge cast iron 10 1/4 inch skillet that is from Redhead, and I am doing that giveaway, I think, by tomorrow. So tomorrow's the last day you can enter to win, and it is USA only at the moment. USA only, and as I mentioned, or I'm gonna at least try my best to have the winner by Saturday. So look forward to seeing a winner announcement on Saturday. Usually I do these as a short So look for a short, but go find the live that I did last. I think it was around the beginning of September, guys. Do you guys? I can't recall which one it was, but I'll post it on a comment. That way, you guys know what I'm talking about. But go check out that live or that video, and then let me know what you guys enjoy doing with cast iron cooking outdoors and things of that nature, or camping, and that way you can be entered in the live giveaway. I'm sorry, in the cast iron giveaway and the cookbook. That's right. I almost forgot. There is also a cookbook. Cynthia says, let's see, let me read some of these comments real quick, guys. Rick says, tons of time here, Lewis. Everybody, don't forget to hit the like button tonight. Thank you, guys. Cynthia Wesley says, thank you for the reminder. Honey Badger says, are you doing a top and bottom crust? Yes, I am, Honey Badger. I am doing a top and bottom. I don't know if I should, actually. Maybe I should just save this one, this pie crust. Maybe I can just do a... Heck, now that I think about it, guys, that's actually a good question. Honey Badger, you know what? I think I'm going to just do a cast iron skillet, fill it up with my chicken pot pie, and then just do the top crust. So let me actually look for a skillet. So yeah, let me give me a minute, guys. Well, now that I think about it, I might as well just do it on this here. So we're gonna move these things out of the way, and then do the pie crust on this. And as you can see, this is the Le Creuset enameled. I think this should be big enough to work with my pie crust. All right. All right. Thank you guys for the suggestion. You know what? I don't think I need to, especially since I already have everything here. Might as well just bake it onto this and do a single. And since this is enameled, there's no harm done. Not that you can't do this with a cast iron, seasoned cast iron skillet. Also doing the egg wash on this one. All right. So there we go. Thank you guys for the suggestion. So we're just gonna bake it in this, and here we go. All right. There's the apple pie, and there is the chicken pot pie. All right, guys. Thank you guys for the suggestion. I don't know what I was thinking, but let me catch up on some of these comments with you guys. I know I'm dragging you guys back and forth here and there, and I apologize for that. All right, guys. So there's been some time that I've been actually been wanting to show you guys these cast iron skillets. Have you guys had the ads pop up um, from either social media, Facebook, Instagram, or anything of that nature with prepped skillets? So I don't recall if I've ever done the review on these. But anyway, here is a prepped skillet. These are the chef, more traditional skillets, but these are the chef version of these skillets, and they are milled, but they are there's some issues that I've had with these that I don't like. Just so that you guys can see, I do want to show you guys this. So, prepped. They are, I guess you could say, an American-based company, but their stuff is made in uh, made in China, I think. But quality control, not the best. Let's just put it that way. So just so you guys can see all these little things right here that you guys can kind of tell everywhere here, all these little dots are actually a bunch of little pinholes. I don't know if the camera can pick it up really well. But yeah, there's a lot of pinholes in these, and I've used them a couple times, and see, as you can see here, pinholes. So just a bunch of pinholes everywhere, and that's just one of the things that I didn't like much about them. Now, I'm not here to talk bad about this company. I'm not here to say that they're super bad or anything of that nature, but that's just one of the things that I noticed right away. The handle design as well, just kind of weird. I mean, I like the bottom design, but then it gets flat. So, it's got this sharp edge here, and it is a little bit uncomfortable, guys. I'll be honest with you guys. So I don't like that very much on this. But yeah, this is made by Prepped, and I know for a fact that they sponsor these a lot on Instagram, Facebook, and things of that nature, and they started with a Kickstarter and things of that nature, and a lot of people backed it up, and a lot of people liked it. But so far with what I've seen, I'm not a big fan of this one. So, geez, I don't want to sound like a jerk or anything, but I'll be honest, guys. I don't think I would recommend you spend the money on these. I bought these hoping that I'd get great products, but so far I've had issues with the seasoning. I've had issues with just I don't like, and not that I'm not trying to say that I'm a perfectionist, but those pinholes are a problem for me at least. And I am sure that if you're going to spend good money, because I think for the set, because it also comes with uh, I think it's a 8 inch. So this is a 10 inch, and then it comes with an 8 inch. There's a little bit of oil residue on this one. And for the price, I think they're for the set. I think it was 80 or $100. I can't recall. I bought these a while back, but I didn't know whether I should do a review on these or not. Whether you guys were interested in seeing something like this, just like the Sam the cooking guy skillet. I actually had that video saved for almost a year. That's how long I've had that skillet. I just wasn't sure if there was a market for you, or not necessarily a market, but just an audience for that. I don't know if you guys were interested in things of that nature. So with this one prepped, I'll be honest and I'll be direct. I wouldn't spend the money on these. And you're probably better off buying a Lodge. I'll be honest, Lodge, you can't go wrong with Lodge. So it being fancy and all, and smoothed out, and the fact that they're chef skillets, that's great. You know, you can. I'm sure they work great. I do want to do possibly a review, but if you guys are interested, let me know. I will do a review for these, and you know, I'll cook some food in these and let you guys know in the end whether I think that this is a, you know, worth the money. But in my opinion, just this alone is just something that I don't like, and I never reached to Prepped to talk to them about that. So at this point, I bought these a long time ago. At this point, there isn't much that I can do. So it is what it is. But I just wanted to show you guys that. As I mentioned, that one's the 10-inch, and as I mentioned before, this one is their 8-inch. Just as I mentioned, also the handle um, has the same design. I do think that they offer the silicone grips so that, you know, if you want to pick it up, it won't burn your hand. But I didn't opt for that, so I just figured I could get the skillet itself and see what it was like. This one doesn't have pinholes, not necessarily as much. I think it has like a few here and there, but this one's in better shape, I'll be honest. So anyway, I was reading the comments, guys. So yeah, I personally, I mean, there's other companies out there, and you know actually who makes a good skillet that's smooth? Greater Goods. And Greater Goods, I don't think I've done a review for them, but I have their skillet as well, and I like it. I've used it. Greater Goods skillets. I don't know if you guys have heard of those, but they offer a Dutch oven. They offer a flat top griddle, round flat top griddle. They offer the skillet. They also offer lids, and the design overall is just so much better than this. Honestly, I'll be honest with you guys. I was thinking I was gonna fall in love with these, but no, I'm being honest with you guys. I don't like it, and I usually don't say things like this, especially without doing an initial review. But I've used them before, and I've had trouble with them, and I don't know what it is. I don't think it's worth the money. I think I paid $80 or $90, and I'm just not happy with it. And I would do a giveaway and give it to you guys, but I don't think you guys would like these anyway. So at this point, I most likely will just either sell them or keep them here. But I'm not going to sell these online or anything like that. Just possibly here locally, anybody, or just give them away to somebody that is learning how to cook with cast iron. Just give them to a family member, perhaps. But as I mentioned, um, not a big fan of this prepped. And to talk a little bit about the Sam the Cooking Guy skillet, I still am going to do a full review on that one. And here is a little sneak peek about what I think. And to be honest, guys, Sam the Cooking Guy has a great channel. He has a lot of cool stuff, a lot of cool videos about recipes. But also his skillet in this kind of market is kind of moot, and it has no point to it. Um, and I'm not, just out here to talk bad about these YouTubers or these companies. No, technically that's what I do for you guys is I review these skillets for you guys so you guys know whether it's worth it or not. So far, Smithy has been great. Um, I I've talked about Butter Pat, Smithy, Stargazer, Finex. Um, who else? Lodge, um, Marquette Castings, Northern Company, and let's see who else. Field Company. All these other ones. The reason why I never said anything about them is because I actually like them. They actually work and they do what they do and they do everything really well. Appalachian Cast Iron as well. That one, amazed me, guys. That one was great. That one did a great job with just holding seasoning and the way it cooked. That thing was awesome, and I still have it and I love it a lot. All these other companies, you guys would always ask me questions. At least some of you guys, not everybody, but some of you guys would ask me like, which one's your favorite? Which one's your favorite? And I can't straight out tell you which one because I like all of them. But I'll be honest here now. I think that over the amount of time that I've had these skillets, I usually tend to go more for the Fine X. I reach for the Fine X, not because of how beautiful they are, but just everything in the way that they've handled seasoning, the way they cook. Um, I don't think I've ever had any issues with the way they cook. No food has ever stuck to them, even from the initial, their initial pre-seasoning. I've never had any issues. So I've been happy with that. Appalachian also, no issues. Lodge also no issues. I mean, Lodge is so underrated. A lot of people don't like Lodge because of their seasoning or their rough surface, but to me, they're not rough at all, because if you go to Walmart, pick up one of those Walmart brand cast irons, that's like sandpaper. Lodge does not feel that way because they also tumble their skillets with these stones, so it's not completely smoothed down, but they are smoother than the Walmart brands or the Chinese brands. But I'll be honest, guys, the Sam the Cooking Guy skillet, for I think it's $80 with the lid. It's not worth the money. You're better off buying yourself a Lodge with a lid for I think half the price. You could probably get it for $40. If you get a number 10 or a 10-inch skillet for, a 10 skillet I think is about $12 or $15 on Amazon. And you get the glass lid for it, that's equivalent to what Sam the Cooking Guy has. You can get that, and it's made here in the USA. I mean, the lid isn't, but the skillet is. You get it for half the price, and you're spending about $40 for American-made products, which in my eyes is a lot better. I mean, am I biased towards American products? Yes, I'll be honest. Yes, I prefer USA made because I know that it's high quality. I know it's built well. Not only that, but not it necessarily being so patriotic, but my wife has a small business, and I like that aspect of it. Just, helping out the economy and things of that nature. So that's why I tend to go for more of the American stuff. And I guess you could say it's patriotic. As I mentioned, my wife has a small business, and we're business owners. So yeah, I tend to like American made stuff. So with all this being said, guys, Sam the Cooking Guy, great stuff. Now, whether you should get it or not, that is completely up to you. I can't say whether you should or you shouldn't. But in my personal opinion, not worth the money that they're asking. Not worth it. You're better off, as I mentioned, buying a Lodge, half the price with the same style lid. Um, Same thing goes for the prepped. Don't I wouldn't spend my money on this. And these are purchases that I've actually come to regret because I buy these things with my own money. And I just kind of gambled on this one on the prepped. I'll do a review for you guys on the prepped skillets, and I'll let you guys know. But so far, I just quality in itself. I'll be honest with the quality, not the best. As I mentioned, I mean, yeah, I like the fact that it's smoothed out, but these pinholes are just driving me nuts. And just the handle design, I'm not a fan of that. The helper handle is like almost non-existent. Not that it needs one, I guess. Well, it might need one because they are pretty heavy. These are heavy considering that they're chef skillets and that they've been milled down. They are heavyweight. Just the handle itself is actually pretty heavy. Jan Stewart says, start an eBay account and shed some iron. I should. Actually, because I have so much stuff that I do want to get rid of. I'm kind of on the same boat as Cast Iron Chaos, where I have so much cast iron that I don't know what to do with it. But mostly it's just to kind of showcase them on the channel and let you guys know what I think about them. But with these two companies like Sam the Cooking Guy and Prepped, not a big fan. And I'll be honest, another American-made company that I'm not a fan of is, and I've had some issues with, is Grizzly Cookware. They are nickel plated cast iron, and I think they're the only company that's nickel plated at the moment that is cast iron. Um, I I did a video on Grizzly. I think I bought a 12-inch skillet and I received it, but it was warped. It was a spinner, so every time I would set it on my glass stovetop, obviously it would spin. So for me, that was a problem. The other thing is that I reached out to Grizzly Cookware and they told me no, they're not going to do anything about it. They're not going to, they weren't going to help me. I have the emails and everything. I think I saved them, but I emailed them and they said, they're like, well, send us photos. and I shared a video of my video on YouTube to them, and I feel like to them it wasn't enough. They wanted a better excuse for me to say that, oh, and I had mentioned to them, I said, listen, this hasn't been used, never been used, and it spins. But still, they were kind of giving me the runaround, so I decided to just not deal with Grizzly anymore, and I don't like Grizzly because of that. It is American made. It is nickel plated. But if you guys are into nickel plated and want to buy, Grizzly cookware, the only thing that I can say is that, yeah, it's great quality. Yes. The only thing is that it might not be up to par in the sense of whether it's going to be what you're looking for, in the sense that if you're looking for a flat skillet, something that's not going to have many imperfections, I don't know if Grizzly might be the one. As I mentioned, I got mine that was warped. And I had that issue also with Lodge. I got some skillets that I bought from them, and I did show you guys that were warped. And with no question, guys, they said, okay, we're gonna send you new ones. We don't even need you to send the old ones. So I got to keep not the old ones, but the ones that were warped or defective. So Lodge has, like, this is why Lodge is honestly top tier. Lodge is, as I mentioned, very underrated, but customer service is phenomenal. They, without any question, just said, okay, here you go. We'll send you guys a new one, and you guys can keep the ones that we sent over. And that was about it. Grizzly was, questioning. They wanted more footage. They wanted more videos. They wanted, more of a reason why I wasn't happy with the pan. So, and it's not to knock on Chinese cast iron, because American cast iron sometimes can be defective as well. But most of the companies will do justice with their customer service and help you out. But some, for me, Grizzly cookware, they didn't want to help me out too much, and I feel like I'm talking bad about them in the sense that I'm angry. I'm not, but I wish that they would have been better about it. So for me, I'm not going to buy Grizzly cookware anytime soon. But if you have one and if you like it, great. You are entitled to buy whatever you want. But anyway, that's pretty much it on that ranting, I guess you could say. Let me read some of your comments. Luis, Rick says, Luis, different irons for the different jobs at hand. Correct. Most of my stuff is just, I have it as like, oh, I use this pan for that and this for that. Hippie Longshanks, as an HVAC guy, I trust you to do an E10 kit or package. Yeah, I am an HVAC guy. I do, I actually I've been wanting to, I just haven't pulled the trigger on it, but I do want to do an electrolysis tank, but I haven't done so yet. Maybe next year. Honey Badger says, did you like Appalachian cast iron?
Done.
Yes, I did. And
Daddy,
did I get
done.
the waffle iron? I did, actually. I'm actually going to
Daddy,
showcase
I'm
the waffle
done.
iron pretty soon, so look forward to that.
The,
Rick says, Field
the
Company,
apple
yes.
pie's done.
All right. Cynthia says, not very common, Papa, but I'm promise. Okay. Let's see what else. Jan Stewart says, America. Correct. I'm. This country is amazing. It's done a lot for me and my family, so we're very happy. Honey Badger says, I've been using a modern Lodge number 7 with a lid. Discontinued. It hasn't left my stove since August. Yeah. I'm telling you guys, Lodge. You guys can't go wrong with Lodge. Rick says, oh, never mind. Oh, Rick is agreeing with Honey Badger. Rick says he has a 10.5-inch Stargazer. Never leaves his stovetop. And he also has butter pat. Yeah, so butter pat is expensive, but I mean, their cast iron is amazing. I can't even say anything bad about butter pat. For me, they're like the way pack or the wah pack of modern day. Field Company, I feel like, is the Griswold of modern day. Stargazer, I want to say is the Wagner modern day. Smithy Smithy, I want to say, what was BSR? Smithy is like the modern BSR. Heavyweight, you know, heavy cast iron. Oh yeah, James Griffin says the apple pie is done. Yes, I did. He did say so. Let me check. I did say about 35 minutes. No, looks like it's still not there yet. So probably let me reset my timer and then bump it up a little bit. All right. So and then setting a timer for 15 minutes, guys. I know I'm keeping you guys here for some time, but I think you guys want to see the end product. But anyway, I mentioned no, it's not done yet. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. So prepped. Don't know what to do. Most likely just gonna do the review and then uh, possibly give them out to a family member. So I did mention, guys, that Northern Company is another brand that I like. Here you can see this is my Northern Company skillet. One thing about their helper handle, it is actually very, very, I want to say possibly fragile because it is pretty thin, but it is a good size. Now, I have reviewed this on my channel. I think a lot of you didn't like it because it doesn't have pour spouts. This one is also here made in the USA, and this one is actually a company based out of Utah. So I do know that they are a lot smaller than some of these other ones. As you can see, Northern Company, and I did get their first casting made in the United States, #8 skillet. But this one here works great. Sits flat, works great. Seasoning holds really well, which you know, who doesn't like that? So I've done actually cakes in this because it's almost like a mold of a for you know for like cakes because it has very straight edges, and since it doesn't have the pour spouts, obviously you can get the cake all the way up without having that weird indentation on your cake. And like I mentioned, it pretty much is a cake pan with a handle and a helper handle. But Northern Company is another company that I love a lot, and as I mentioned, also made here in the USA. Nothing bad to talk about them. I love their skillet. I think I'm going to showcase this one a little bit more on the channel, but I try my best to rotate all my cast iron since I have so much of it. Currently in a, I guess, progress, getting close to being done. Here is a Taiwanese, as I mentioned, since we were talking about Asian skillets as well. This one is Country House by Kirscher, I think. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but this one is Taiwanese. 8-inch skillet, and I do have the handle actually as well. I think this one's probably done now, actually, now that I see it. I've been restoring this one for some time now, but let me grab the handle real quick so you guys can see what this looks like. The handle was pretty beat up, but I just sanded it down a little bit with a little bit of sanding paper and then put some butcher block oil on it. But I'm excited to showcase this on the channel as well. Now I don't have much information on this one here. I'll probably do a little bit of research, and once I do the video on this Taiwanese skillet, but I got this I think for $2 as I mentioned in my previous videos. I've talked about it before, but yeah. So I'm excited to give this one a go, and it looks like it has a lip here for a lid. Um, it's rather on the small side. I think it's about 6 inches, 6 to 7 inches. Not that big. And as you can see, it also at first I thought it was a crack, but it's actually just sand shift from the casting. But overall, I'm very happy with the way this one turned out, and I think I'm about done. I've given this about 6 coats of seasoning, so I think it's ready for me to do a video on this. So look forward to watching a video on this one here. As I mentioned, it is Taiwanese Asian skillet. Not all Asian skillets are bad. I know a lot of people don't like Asian skillets, but this one here I think has a lot of character to it, and just the fact that I got it for 10 bucks, or I'm sorry, 10 bucks, $2 was a great deal. So I couldn't pass up. I think she was asking about $5 for this, and I only had $2 left in my wallet because I had gone to the swap meet and I had bought already so many skillets that I only had $2 left. And I told her, I was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry." I said, "I don't have the $5." And she's like, "I'll take the $2." I said, "Are you sure?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Great. Here's your $2." And I took the the skillet. All right, let's read some comments, guys. Let's see. Oh, Victoria cast iron. Yeah. Rick says Victoria is very nice too. Honey Badger says, I'm ready to try Finex now that Lodge owns them. I think they've owned them for a while now, but yeah, Lodge does own Finex. Jan Stewart says, I have a Victoria griddle that I use for big family breakfasts. Oh, I actually have, I think one of my first videos was on a Victoria 12-inch skillet. That thing was amazing. I ended up giving it to my sister, so I don't have it anymore, and she loves using it. But that thing was amazing. Initial seasoning on that, I'll be honest, wasn't the best. So giving that a coat of seasoning was a little bit difficult, especially because if you ran paper towels on it, it just picked it up like crazy. But once I got some use into that, man, that thing was slick and it cooked really well. So Victoria cast iron, if you guys aren't familiar with that one, they are somewhat similar to Lodge. Um, they've been around since 1939. They are not made here in the U.S. though. They are from Colombia, and so they're South American. South American, yes. And they used to be a company that produced automobile parts, but I think they switched over and made the transition to cookware. So I think a lot of companies have gone either way. So some companies do automobile parts and they go into cooking, and some go from cooking to automobile parts. So anyway, yeah, Victoria Cast Iron. It's actually a very nice company as well. And as I mentioned, I feel like they're more on the side of the similar to Lodge, just the South American version of Lodge. Let's see what you guys are saying. Rick says that Northern is gorgeous. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, that pan, I do recommend it, guys. They are a lot smaller than these other companies, and their pan is a little bit pricey. I think it's $140, but it is made here in the USA, and it is actually very, very nice. And as I mentioned, the seasoning holds really well, which is something that I like a lot. So I don't have to fuss with it too much. Let's see. Jan Stewart says, Honey Badger, you won't regret it. Yeah, once you get a Finex skillet, you're going to see why. Because it looks all kind of silly with the Speed Cool handle, which is that stainless steel handle, and just the design of it. You're like, why all this, all this fuss? But once you get one, man, I'm telling you, I that's what I reach for all the time now. Papa Dan says, never seen it. It's actually a lid before. Figures, it would be a thrift store. Inside lid has 4 dates on it. Oh, you guys are talking about some of your finds. Yeah, guys, and Papa Dan says he's basically a BSR Lodge and Martin man. Oh, Martin Stove and Range. But occasionally I find something else that catches my eye. That is how I got the Wagner Oval Roaster. You got an Oval Roaster, Papa Dan? Is it the similar to Cast Iron Chaos, that Magnalite? I'm actually trying to get myself a Magnalite from Wagner, but I haven't done so, and I haven't had any luck finding one. Rick says a lot of people don't know, but the cast iron grates that are on top of the gas stoves, most of those are made by Victoria over in Colombia. Yeah. See, I didn't know that either, so thank you for that information. All right, guys. So let me take a look on that chicken pot pie and that apple pie, and hopefully they'll be soon ready soon. All right, guys. Looks like we have about 4 minutes left, so they're getting close to being done. So yeah, guys, Taiwanese Asian skillets along with the vermicular. So almost similar, I guess you could say. The vermicular, which is modern, and also has the wooden handle, and this is older. Don't know much about it. I'll do some research and look forward to videos on these. So I'll be actually cooking with these in a video I'll post soon online on the YouTube channel. And so look forward to that. There's many things that I want to do. I also have something big in the works with my brother that he's building a. I don't know if you guys have seen Cowboy Cauldron, the grill. He's building something similar to that for me, and we're getting close to being done, and we're going to showcase it soon. And so that's going to be a big project for us, and hopefully you guys will enjoy watching me cook with that. Here's another funny looking cast iron skillet. This one is the burrow furnace that I've talked about. I haven't done the cooking review on this, and I haven't really used it because it is on the smaller side. So I think I've done a couple of eggs on this, but hopefully I can get to doing a video. As I mentioned, just I've been so busy that I haven't been able to keep up with everything that's going on and all these skillets that I have that I've been trying to do reviews on. But I look forward to the review for this one as well. This one's burrow furnace. This one's made here in New York. They did redesign their handle, and I think their pan a little bit, but most of their stuff is out of stock. And I do know that they're actually making an enameled Dutch oven once again. So if you guys are interested in American enameled cast iron, I know that Burrow Furnace is going to bring back their Dutch oven, their enameled one. So I'm actually eager to get myself one of those. As I mentioned, most of the enameled stuff that you find are going to be from France or they're going to be from China. So I don't think anybody currently at this time makes enameled cast iron that's made here in the US. So that's going to be something interesting. Oh, Rick says, have I gotten any what is it, Fredericksburg cast iron? I think that's the name of the company, but no, I haven't. I know that their skillet was sold out, and I did see that they actually came out with a huge or what they're calling a comal or a griddle. I think it's a 14-inch. That thing is amazing, and I was actually very interested in getting one of those, but I haven't done so, and I might consider trying or giving Fredericksburg a shot. So I'll let you guys know in the near future whether I get one or not. But as I mentioned, just so many things in the works right now that I haven't been able to catch up. So Forgive me for not posting as frequent or having these lives more frequently for you guys. But anyway, I think we are done. I'm going to show you guys the apple pie and the chicken pot pie. All right, guys, let me set you guys down. I don't want to get anybody nauseous from all this moving around. All right. And there we go. As you can see, here is the chicken pot pie. And the apple pie, which I think turned out a lot better than what I was thinking. Now I want to say thank you to everybody for hanging out with me for these 120 minutes, which is what, about 2 hours now. Shoot. Yeah, 2 hours, guys. Sorry for keeping you guys here so long. But I do want to say thank you to everybody who stuck around. Thank you guys for the motivation to keep going with it and not to give up. Thank you guys for all that. But as you can see, everything is done and it turned out a lot better than I thought it was. So, as always, I appreciate your guys' time. Thank you guys for sticking around. I'll post some photos of what the insides look like. So, thank you to everybody: Jackson Walter, Honey Badger, Hippie Longshanks, Rick Stumbo, Cynthia Wesley, Papa Dan. Thank you guys for all showing up. Let's see, who am I missing? Honey Badger, Jan Stewart, everybody who was here. So everybody, and if I didn't mention you guys, I'm really sorry. But thank you, Jan Stewart, and everybody else, Papa Dan, for hanging out with me here for 2 hours on how to make, on how to pretty much how I made my apple pie and my chicken pot pie. So with all that being said, I hope you guys have a lovely evening. Stay safe, everybody. And as I mentioned, I appreciate your time. I'll catch you guys on the next one.